don't do any online hustle without first doing this. I learned that the hard way, and if you're even remotely considering it, you need to hear what I'm about to tell you. So let me take you back precisely 1 year ago. I was hyped about making money online, and what's the first thing that came to mind after hearing the fall of dropshipping? Affiliate marketing. All you have to do is join an affiliate program, right? Wrong. I had zero clue what I was doing. All I knew was that these programs had criteria that an inexperienced kid would not meet. It was like showing up to a fancy dinner in sweatpants. I didn't have a landing page, a website, or even a basic portfolio. I was essentially begging to get accepted without even knowing how to target a niche. And get this, sell anything at all. After days of trying to get accepted to a profitable program, I finally landed one for mobile apps. And let me tell you, it was far from ideal. But at this point, I was desperate. They invited me to a Skype call, and guess what? I bailed. Because honestly, I was terrified, uneducated, and totally lost. Not only did I waste someone's time, but I could have missed an opportunity if I'd even managed to hold a half-decent conversation. And like that, I gave up after just 1 week and went back to the only place that I felt competent, school. All because I didn't have the right knowledge. And the harsh truth is, I felt like everything was pointless. I was stuck in a hole, like being stuck in an escape room with no clue to get out. After half a year of sticking to the safe zone of academia, I decided I need money again. Fast forward to summer 2024, and I found myself on an island outside my hometown, picking weeds in excruciating heat. Yeah, you heard me right, picking weeds. And to top it off, I was getting paid minimum wage. But in every bit of those hours, drenched in sweat and sunburn, I couldn't help but think, why do so many people work their ass off, get burnt to a crisp, just so they can fill the pockets of bosses, CEOs, and even politicians? Controversial? Maybe. But seriously, most people hustle in a world that benefits everybody but them. Not one to give up though. Okay, yeah, maybe once. I decided to join Temu's affiliate program. I was all in, dedicated and desperate. Every day after my ferry, sweating my balls off with a borderline heat stroke, I'd make TikTok videos advertising the Temu products that I've bought before. And here's where the delusion kicked in. I thought that my video editing skills would somehow lead me to fortune, but spoiler alert, editing can't beat strategy, and that came back to bite me in the ass. I was as clueless as before when it came to targeting a niche. And guess what? After a week of being overworked, I had to work brutal 12-hour shifts because school was coming up earlier than expected. So I ended up demotivated, disillusioned, and frankly, feeling like shit. And after losing my motivation in school, I went from being a nerd to a nobody, all because I lacked the right knowledge once again. And then came the Swedish winter, arguably the ultimate motivation killer, with its endless grey skies, relentless rain, and depressing atmosphere. But sometime in the depths of it all, I came upon a lifeline when I found Iman Gadzhi's video about making your own agency. I thought, change of plans, no more fumbling. I took a long look at my failures and decided, this time, I'm doing it with the right knowledge. I dove headfirst into digital marketing books. I researched every entrepreneur I could find, and I learned everything about creating a business model that actually made sense. I studied strategies, delved into human psychology, and did everything in my power to avoid my past mistakes. And just as I felt ready, I stumbled upon a free course. That course was a game changer. It set me up with all the right knowledge to get a solid foundation for my new lead generation agency. And they didn't tell me to say this, but I want to thank Maxime, Oliver, and the rest of their team for helping us all. So here's the key takeaway, my friends. You might have noticed the thread running throughout this video, which is knowledge. Before jumping into the world of online money making, educate yourself first. Read, learn, and prepare. Failure is inevitable, but when armed with the right knowledge, those setbacks don't hit nearly as hard, and you bounce back way faster. I know the struggle, it's really overwhelming, but if there's one thing I learned, it's this. The ones who succeed aren't the lucky ones, they're the prepared ones. So keep learning, and when the time comes, you'll be prepared, and I'm rooting for you.